You're watching ABC7 News at 5:30.
Welcome back. A piece of prime downtown Venice real estate may soon be getting new life.
The former Classics Steakhouse building has been empty for several years now, but that could all change thanks to a local developer. ABC7's Christopher Brantley is outside that building with more details. Christopher?
Well, good evening, guys. Local developer Mike Miller is in talks to purchase this closed restaurant and several buildings nearby, all in an effort to transform this whole block from the nothing it is now into something. That something could be a new boutique-style hotel or a shopping center or a mixture of both.
You know, it's one of those areas that still needs some development of some sort.
The most recent business to open up shop was Classics Steakhouse. It was open only a few months before closing in April of 2015. Since then, it's been an empty building on Venice's gateway.
As you enter the city, it's highly visible. And then as you leave the city, it's highly visible.
The developer, Mike Miller, declined to do an interview, but told us he's hoping to purchase the nearby Venice Masonic Lodge and another property to increase the size for retail shops, an office, condos, and possibly a hotel. All of that is good with business group Venice Main Street.
We'd be elated to see a beautiful development on this piece of property.
One reason they'd be happy, according to Main Street President Rod Nafziger, is more space for new businesses.
All of our shops are leased out right now and there's no real estate available, so that would be a big advantage.
It might be good with city leaders as well. A few years ago, they identified this property for mixed-use commercial buildings in their comprehensive plan.
This is something that falls right in line with what we were hoping private investment would find encouraging to them here.
The developer told us it could take anywhere from 6 to 18 months for the plans to be drawn up and for any rezones of the property to be done if that's necessary. So if all goes well for the developer, it could be sometime around a year before there are any noticeable changes. Live in Venice, Christopher Brantley, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Okay, thank you so much, Christopher. Pedestrians and cyclists on John Ringling Boulevard will soon have more room, but not everyone is happy about it. The City Commission approving the improvements for the half mile from Coon Key Bridge to Washington Drive yesterday. The $1.5 million in upgrades includes installing light fixtures, filling in gaps, and widening the sidewalks from 5 to 10 feet. It will also add more bushes and trees along the stretch. But one man who lives nearby is calling it a waste of money. He says this same stretch of sidewalk was just repaired 6 weeks ago after tree damage from Hurricane Irma.
And I have no problem. I understand that we need to progress forward with construction. We know there's going to be noise. That's all part of it. But it shouldn't be wasteful like what I've seen around here.
Lee says he is in favor of the other improvements, but thinks ripping up the brand new concrete is a waste of taxpayer dollars. Construction, however, is set to begin in June.
The number of hit-and-run crashes statewide and here in the Suncoast continues to rise, and that's why the Florida Highway Patrol held a press conference today encouraging drivers involved in accidents to stay at the scene. Last year, there were 98,000 hit-and-run crashes in Florida. Sarasota County and Manatee County each had more than 1,300 hit-and-runs. FHP recently launching a program to help solve hit-and-run cases right here on the Suncoast.
In this past year, the Florida Highway Patrol has dedicated a trooper that his main duties are to do nothing but follow up on hit-and-run traffic leads. And that has been very successful to date. Since March of last year, he has himself solved over 80 cases in our local region.
Whatever reason a person decides to leave a scene, whether it be from not having a valid driver's license or insurance or simply just being scared, troopers say those are not valid reasons. Lieutenant Bueno says doing the right thing will turn out much better for the driver involved.
New details in the search for a new Northport police chief, and the city manager says he is rejecting all 4 current applicants. Peter Lear says he is starting the search over to find a successor to outgoing Chief Kevin Vespia, who is retiring March 31st. The 4 finalists met with city residents at an open house on February 26th and spent several days interviewing with Lear and other city staff. Lear said the new search could take 4 to 6 months. Once Vespia retires, Lear says he will select someone from the current administrative staff to serve as an interim chief.
All right, we're watching the skies later tonight for some rainfall, something we haven't seen for a while here on the Suncoast. Let's get more from Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Yeah, last time we had measurable precipitation at the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport was in the early week of February, so it's been a long time coming. And showers already starting to move through the panhandle. There hasn't been anything too rough right now. There's a little piece of energy that will move along the front right around 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, it looks like, for us anyway, which will bring us a better chance for some moderate showers and a few thunderstorms. Right now, that activity well to the northwest of us, so you have any plans this evening, not a problem. We will anticipate some rain, maybe some showers developing prior to midnight, but most of that activity will be definitely after, say, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. A live sweep of the radar. Not showing much going on with the front to the north of us right now. As I mentioned, a little piece of energy will shoot across as the front moves on through, and that will give us that marginal chance for a few thunderstorms that could turn severe, meaning winds could get a little gusty, up to maybe 60 miles an hour with 1 or 2 of those isolated thunderstorms. On top of that, there is a very small risk of tornadoes or water spots spinning up and then maintaining their organization as they make their way onshore, and they would then be classified as a water spot. But that chance at 2% right now, so not very much, but it's still there. So we'll watch it closely during the overnight. 72 degrees right now. We have some clouds, but generally sunny skies out there. The dew point is at 59. Winds are out of the south at 14. The pressure 30 inches even. And that has been falling slightly. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you download our weather app. Again, go to your app store and look for First Alert Weather, WWSB, and download it. We'll be updating that through the overnight hours. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. The press is already protected by the First Amendment, but should journalists' safety also be protected by federal law? ABC7's Alan Cohen joins us now with more on that. Alan?
Scott, the U.S. Freedom Press Tracker reports 44 journalists were physically attacked last year while gathering the news. That's why a U.S. congressman is sponsoring the Journalist Protection Act to punish anyone who intentionally causes bodily injury to a journalist. It would make it a federal crime to physically hurt a journalist or intimidate him or her from gathering the news. The measure is created to show violence against reporters is unacceptable.
So I think it takes just a normal everyday assault and battery and makes it applicable to virtually everyone to make it a federal crime.
Tonight on ABC7 at 7, Erica Jackson will show us some flaws within the bill and why the sponsor is blaming President Donald Trump for harassment against journalists. Back to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Alan. Well, it was quite the sight on Siesta Key this morning, all in the name of charity. Mascots from local groups like the Bradenton Marauders and Cat Depot raced on the beach to promote Mote Marine Lab's 32nd annual Run for the Turtles that starts next month. The 5K and mile runs will raise money for Mote's Sea Turtle Conservation and Research Program, which protects endangered turtles along 35 miles of Sarasota County beaches.
We monitor from May 1st through October 31st for sea turtle nests along our local beaches, and this is the money that we're going to be able to use to fund that program.
The 2018 Run for the Turtles will take place April 7th on Siesta Key, with the mile run starting at 7:30 ahead of the 5K that starts at 8 a.m. You can even see turtle right there running along. Chick-fil-A cow out there, all of them.
I think USF Bull was the fast one there. Look out for that.
There you go.
Still to come on your Suncoast News tonight.
Uncle Sam could owe you money and you may not even know it. What to look for when filing your taxes that may get you more cash in your pocket.
It's California Closet's Lighting and Accessories Sales Event. Save up to $1,000 now through April 30th. Call 1-800-CAL-CLOSETS for your free design consultation, or visit us online at californiaclosets.com.
Alex Karras Lincoln's 40th anniversary sale. Please join us in welcoming the 2 newest additions to the Lincoln lineup, our flagship luxury sedan, the 2018 Lincoln Continental, and the totally redesigned 2018 Lincoln Navigator, featuring 450 horsepower, 10-speed transmission, and many best-in-class features. Alex Karras Lincoln, where our mission statement is consistent commitment, every client, every time. Located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
art. Want to know a secret? If you're looking for the best selection of area rugs at an unbelievable price, the only place you need to look is Rugs' Art. I know what you're thinking. Expensive, right? Wrong. Rugs' Art has the largest selection of area rugs on the west coast of Florida in a variety of styles, with 8x11 area rugs starting at $199. Largest selection, personalized service, and unbelievably low prices. You'll find it all at Rugs' Art.
Rugs as Art, Sarasota's only area rug superstore.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
Florida Studio Theater presents Native Gardens. Stately gardens and cultures clash, turning friendly neighbors into feuding adversaries. When a disagreement over a long-standing fence spirals into an all-out comedic battle of taste, privilege, and entitlement, no one comes out smelling like a rose. Critics are calling Native Gardens timeless as well as timely, smart and first-rate. Audience are calling it one of the best. Native Gardens is now playing. Tickets can be purchased by calling 941-366-9000 or by visiting floridastudiotheater.org.
A promise was made. A promise that hit the beaches of Normandy. A vow that captured Iwo Jima. A contract that weathered Tet. A pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq. An IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earned. For help, visit DAV.org.
It's California Closet's lighting and accessories sales event. Save up to $1,000 now through April 30th. Call 1-800-CAL-CLOSETS for your free design consultation or visit us online at californiaclosets.com.
Parents want their kids to be healthy, and that includes being a healthy weight. ABC's Arlette Saenz has more details on what new study tells you what not to do.
When a teen begins to gain weight, parents can panic. After all, excess weight in the teen years has negative health consequences later in life, for diseases like cancer to cardiac health. But a new study today confirms what teens may have felt for years. The last thing they want is for parents to tell them to go on a diet. Even if the dieting advice makes them lose weight in the short run, the study, published in the medical journal Pediatrics, gives a grim long-term picture. They followed more than 500 teens whose parents encouraged them to diet. As they moved 15 years into adulthood, they had a larger risk of obesity, binge eating, unhealthy weight control, and worse, lower satisfaction with their own bodies. What to do? Break a cycle of obesity by avoiding diet and concentrating on health. Eat better, move more, and take the focus off the scale and onto feeling healthier and happier in your body. Of course, a focus on health may end up in the same place as a diet, at a healthier weight, but it will get there with the healthier attitude to match and better behavioral and emotional consequences. With this Medical Minute, I'm Arlette Saenz, ABC News.
Now your ABC7 First Alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Good advice there, and some good advice tonight is to keep an eye on the sky. Showers and storms, a good possibility of that happening, especially after midnight tonight. Sarasota Bay webcam not showing any storms, just some delightful weather out there. Should be a gorgeous sunset. Winds and seas will pick up behind the front once it moves through out of the northwest, which will usher in some pretty chilly temperatures for us once again. We're going to see a little bit of a cool down for a couple of days, and then a quick warm up on Saturday. Titan radar does depict this long frontal system stretching all the way across the Gulf of Mexico over the northern portion of Texas now. This continues to move to the south and east. Now there's a little piece of energy that'll move along that front, which will bring us a chance for a few thunderstorms. That's right, you heard right. Some thunderstorms could wake you up. Say around after 2 o'clock in the morning up until it looks like 5 a.m. These showers are advancing pretty quickly off to the east right now as the front isn't moving all that fast. So it looks like there's a chance we could see a little bit of rainfall prior to midnight. But I think if we see anything too significant as far as rough weather goes here, it will be after the 2 a.m. hour, but again, that could change. Now, the day planner for Wednesday does call for maybe a few showers in the morning, but more of that, most of that will be over. Maybe into South Sarasota County, still lingering there into Charlotte County. And then we'll see temperatures staying right around 70, so a little bit below average for highs. It will turn breezy too. There'll be some clearing in the afternoon. By noon, we should start to see a little bit of sunshine. There's a very small chance for severe storms, a few showers after sunrise, and then turning cooler for Thursday and Friday. Those are the headlines. Currently, it's pretty nice out there, 72 degrees and the dew point 59. Winds out of the south at 14. The high today was right at the average, and this morning's low was pretty cold at the airport. 47 2 days in a row now. We were at 47 degrees, so almost 10 degrees below average. So Futurecast looks like this. As I said, a few showers are possible out ahead of the front. This is at 10:30 tonight. And then as we move through time, a better chance as the line gets close to us during the early morning hours. This one's depicting them around 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And then the cold air and the northwest wind filters in behind the front throughout the day on Wednesday afternoon, Thursday, and Friday. Well, that chance, as I mentioned from the Storm Prediction Center, is fairly small right now, marginal chances for that rough weather. And the chances for tornadoes right now at 2%. So there's still a chance we could see a little spin up or rotation in the atmosphere due to some veering of the winds as you go through the atmosphere. And that is very small at this point. So some clouds and maybe a few showers in the morning, clearing somewhat in the afternoon. As far as the rainfall forecast goes, we're looking at most areas getting some rain out of this. Generally less than a ½ inch, though. Isolated area could see up to an inch of rain. Nationally, that big storm continues to move off to the northeast. You can see the snow expected through Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and into Vermont, especially getting some heavy rainfall there. And then another storm for us, a chance for rainfall anyway, comes on into late Sunday night and into Monday morning as this system again develops, a very rapid moving system across the southeast. For boaters for the rest of the night, the southeast winds to the south at 15 knots and seas will be running 2 to 3 feet. Tonight, increasing clouds, late 68 for your low, and then the extended forecast looks like this. We will see clearing skies on Thursday. Will be cool, mid 60s and upper 60s on Friday. We lose an hour on Saturday night. Be sure to set your clocks back, in fact, forward 1 hour on Saturday night. And then a 30% chance to rain on Sunday, better chances Sunday night and Monday, and turning cool again once on Tuesday. Back to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Bob. Time now to check your first alert traffic for the drive home. We are seeing a crash on US 41 in Sarasota near Boulevard of the Arts, and it is causing some delays near Main Street. So keep that in mind if you're heading out this evening. Scott?
Thanks, Jacqueline. In consumer news, the IRS could owe you more money than you thought this tax season. An H&R Block tax specialist says the IRS reports $1 billion in unclaimed refunds each year. Refunds you could be eligible for and not even know it.
One of the things that we find that taxpayers overlook is the earned income tax credit. It's one of those credits where it could be worth up to $6,269 for a taxpayer, but so many people don't realize they're eligible for it. As a matter of fact, 1 in 5 taxpayers who are eligible fail to take that credit each year.
That tax credit goes to low and moderate income workers, but you have to ask for it. If you qualify but you already filed your taxes, you could still get that cash back. To see a list of common credits and deductions, you can go to usa.gov and click on taxes. A simple search could mean a bigger payday.
And certainly get those taxes in before that filing date. It is coming. It is almost around the corner. So.
Yeah, a little over a month.
Yeah. Well, entertainment news is coming up next. We'll be right back.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
My name is Stephen Campagna. We're Ben Gates and Dramus, and here is your law tip of the week. If you've been arrested in the state of Florida, the state attorney's office is already working on your prosecution. It's time to work on your defense. So give us a call. We've got your back.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to?
Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard live up to a set of time-honored principles.
I will always place the mission first. I will never accept defeat. I will never quit. I will never leave a fallen comrade.
Learn more at nationalguard.com.
In entertainment news, AC/DC fans are loving a new sculpture of Bon Scott, the Australian band's first lead singer. The sculpture unveiled today in Melbourne on the wall of the famous AC/DC lane. Looks like Scott is breaking through the wall where hundreds of fans and sightseers go every week. The singer died in 1980, just as AC/DC was on the verge of international stardom. Sarasota resident Brian Johnson then became the band's lead singer.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is proudly accepting an award for being in one of the worst movies of the year. The Golden Raspberry Awards, also known as the Razzies, celebrate the best of the worst in Hollywood. They gave Johnson a special award for Baywatch, called the Razzie nominee So Bad That You Loved It. He was a good sport about it, though, and thanked his fans and critics on Instagram, saying, "Win some, lose some, but hey, that's the way love goes." At least he was a good sport about it.
Did you see Baywatch?
I did.
Yeah.
It wasn't great.
It earned its rating.
Right.
Yeah. We'll be right back with more news.